Hello, my YouTube family. How are you doing? Now, I am trusting that you guys are doing amazingly good. Now, if you are an azolla farmer, you must have experienced this. Your azolla is reddening at some point, and this is happening according to what I have observed on my azolla pods. It's happening after at least a month. So one of the reasons that your azolla could be reddening is lack of nutrition. That is, the manure that you have put or you put when you started, it has depleted. All the nutrients have been consumed by your azolla, and it's no longer having anything to eat. So, like eat, not literally. So it starts to turn red. The other reason that could be causing the reddening of your azolla is when you find that you have put what do we call it? There is algae in your pod. So this is when you lift your azolla like this, the way I've done mine right now, and then you observe that the roots, they are not whitish like you can see in my case here. You see, like this, they are almost clear, so they are whitish in color. That is the ideal condition they should be in. But when you find that they have a greenish thing, a greenish substance that is attached to the roots, then you will know that your azolla has started to get algae, and that algae, it usually consumes the nutrients that you have put in your pod, thereby preventing your azolla from growing. It's like the way we have weeds in our farms. So they will consume the nutrients for your azolla, leaving your azolla with nothing. The other reason, if you saw me from the previous video on this pod, you will notice I was removing that water that is hanging like up there, and also the majority of the water that was in the pod. So what that means is that the rains, they are diluting the water in the pod, thereby when you add this, for example, the water on top of that paper, it's added in the pod, it overflows, and then you have to remove it. Therefore, the way that like now the water is sitting calmly and no disturbance, there is nutrition. But now when we have added now new water, we have diluted the nutrition. When we remove it along with the nutrition. So that is also another reason that is making your azolla to turn red. The other reason that makes the azolla to turn red is because of the sunlight. So when your azolla is under the direct sunlight, you will find that it is starting to turn red because of too much heat. That's another reason that could be making your azolla to turn red. Another reason that now I have noticed lately is not harvesting on time. So mostly you will find that azolla grows very quickly. That's basic knowledge if you're growing azolla, right? So azolla grows very quickly. Now imagine you have planted maize on your farm. The maize has gone for the period it's supposed to take, whether it's the 6 months one or the 3 months one, and then after the period of growth and the maize has matured, you've not come here to harvest. Like, you've not harvested. What do you expect? It's obviously going to either get aflatoxin, especially when it is raining, or like it will not last long in the garden without getting destroyed or going bad, for that matter. The same thing with azolla. If you overstay without collecting or harvesting your azolla from the pod, then it means with the high growth capacity that it has, you are limiting it in some way. And azolla is a nitrogen fixing plant, so it is removing or disposing that nitrogen in the water, thereby increasing the level of nitrogen in that water, that particular pod. So if you do not harvest it on time, then that is increasing the rate of it becoming red, right? That is something that I have noticed with my azolla. So when you start growing your azolla, make sure that you have a way that you can be able to harvest it and keep it growing. It grows very quickly, so there's no way you will not have the azolla. So, and also, if you're worried about where will I keep my azolla after I have harvested it, probably your animals cannot feed on it like as much as it is being produced. You can keep your azolla under shade, a place that is cool or cold, not a fridge place, a place that is cool or cold without direct sunlight for at least 2 weeks. That is something that I have done, and I've seen it still keeping the azolla in the right condition. Even if you plant it after the 2 weeks, it will still grow. So it's still a viable way to keep and maintain your azolla. So those are the dynamic ways that your azolla can become red and how to solve them, right? Yeah, if you're having it direct sunlight, put a shade. If the water is being diluted by the rains, add more manure. If the water does not have manure, or the manure have overstayed the pod, add more manure, or remove that manure and put in new manure. So those are the basic ways that you can use to maintain your azolla pod. And yeah, see you in the next video as we keep learning about these farming tips. Thank you. Subscribe and share with your friends so that they can also learn from what we are getting over here. Also, remember to like the video if you like it. Anyway, see you in the next video. Bye.